Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. There's a new film that's out trending today, and it reveals our society's struggles with just trying to live in a world filled with chaos. It's called A Time for Every Purpose. Check it out.
School was supposed to help me. They said I needed to get back into a new routine. That new routine is everyone looking at me. They hate me.
What about when I look at you, son? You feel love?
What?
Well, you said that everyone hates you, and you can feel it because they look at you. Well, I'm asking you. I'm looking at you. Do you feel loved right now?
Yes, I guess.
All right, then. You can feel love, too.
All right, and joining us now to talk about the film are Quentin Marcari, Lance Smith, and Ryan Funk. Thanks for joining us. And first, Quentin, I can say it's going to be hard to call you Quentin. It's always been Q to me.
Yes.
And we all have a little history all together, too, which is great to see you guys working together. Tell us exactly how all of this came about, first off.
So it originated from a short film that I wrote originally at Full Sail. And it's kind of based on that. And then Ryan, who is our cinematographer, was actually a teacher of mine at Full Sail. And then Lance, who I met and worked with at the Daily Buzz, as well as you. We all kind of came together, originally going to shoot a short, and then COVID happened. So then we were like, you know what, let's turn it into a feature. And so we got together, and then with our executive producer, Sonia, who I actually met at the Daily Buzz.
Okay.
So it's all tied together, and so which is great to be here today.
You know, I think it's interesting behind that because, number one, when you have a group of friends, you have people that you work together, you have commonalities, and you say, you know, and that's where a lot of the ideas will actually start, and you see because you have people that can kind of see the same vision. Lance, is that the case when you got this together? I mean, were you finding that?
Oh, Mitch, this whole ride has been wild just from the get-go because it was just that. It was having worked together, having commonality, having this work relationship. Q and I had remained friends even when I was on camera to off camera. He saw what I was doing, working with actors and creating little shorts and scenes. And when he asked me to direct, I said, well, sure, but I've never done anything like this. And that's when he introduced me to this guy who taught me a ton about filmmaking. So I just had a front row seat to great filmmakers. And then he trusted me, I trusted him. And the whole thing was just, it was beautiful the way we worked in unison.
All right, I want to talk about what the film is. Since you created it, Q, tell me about this.
So it's honestly, you follow three characters through the film, and they're all going through their own struggles, and I feel like everybody can relate to that. Everybody kind of goes through their own struggles, and you know, there is light at the end of the tunnel. And you know, that's in essence kind of what the film is about. You know, you see Ruth and Doug here, they're kind of going back and forth. Doug's been her tormentor her whole life, and so she's dealing with that. Here, and so yeah, it's just, I hope that everybody can just find relation to it.
You know, we all go through this. We all have that stress. We have PTSD. We have depression. I mean, especially at a time like COVID, going through COVID.
Yep.
Ryan, I want to know. I mean, the cinematographer is a person that's got to capture all of that. What do you think that you wanted to kind of pull out? First, what did the movie reveal about society, and then what did you want to pull out of the movie when you shot it?
Well, I think we had a huge opportunity to be able to innovate a little bit with this film. So we sat for about, I want to say 3 months when it came to breaking it down and really trying to hone in the style and the approach that we wanted. So we attached ourselves to the grittiness of these trials and tribulations that our characters went with, and we decided to go ultra handheld for about, 90% of the film.
Oh my God, yeah.
And that's an effect
beautiful.
that handheld people should know, that it kind of brings you into reality, I would assume, right? I mean,
Yeah, it keeps you on
absolutely.
the edge of your seat.
Okay.
It keeps you it keeps the audience a little bit edgier, if you will.
And then directing that, I mean, is that something hard to kind of pull out, Lance?
Well, for me, that's the one area that I feel like that's my expertise. I can work with actors, I can bring together great performances, but to get that on camera, we had to come, that's what he's talking about, we had to really get together and how are we going to get this on film or and recorded as it is. Right. And Ryan was he was so great at how he could frame things and the way we used color, and it was the most collaborative thing I've ever been a part of.
And then, and any of you on this question, what do you want people to, once they watch it, bring out of it? I mean, do you want them first to feel uncomfortable and then realize that there's a resolve? Is that something, or am I laying that out?
No, I mean, I think like when Lance and I were sitting together editing the film and even talking to Ryan in post, like, we wanted to kind of pull the audience underwater with us and hold them down there, and then at the end, let them back up again. And so, I mean, and I really wanted people that watch it to enjoy our cast performances. They all they all did an amazing job telling their stories through their characters even. So it was great.
You know, and it's something that everybody, they either have gone through it or they know somebody has gone through. We're talking about stuff like PTSD, depression, and single moms and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know, but you have somewhat of a label, and tell me if I'm wrong on this, but kind of a faith-based film, would you call it that, or is that a misnomer?
You know, the thing about this film is we set out to do this intentionally. It is maybe too faith-based for a secular audience, or it's maybe too secular for a faith-based audience. We're right in the middle there because how do we make a Christian film that isn't a Christian film? How do we make, and it's just, you know what, this is just about the story.
And I would imagine you don't want to tote the line of being preachy, you know, because you want to come out of it learning something. I think when I go to a church or whatever and I hear a pastor talk, it's the ones that are not preaching, they're telling me a story of success, a prodigal son kind of story, that sort of thing. Where can folks catch it? Because that's the most important.
So we actually released today the Amazon, Apple TV, YouTube, and then all of your popular streaming sites. It's available today for rent.
Wide release on this.
Wide release.
You can get on AT&T Uverse. We throw this up here because this is really an important film to kind of watch because of the fact that it deals with things that it's something that you know somebody, or maybe you've gone through it as well, and it does teach us a little bit. But you know, there is a little good hope and faith in the world, right?
Yes.
It is gritty, but I feel like it packs a punch.
Great. I want to appreciate. I tell you guys, I appreciate y'all coming in here, and I'm actually proud to know you guys that you did this, and because you did it during a time that was really difficult with the COVID, and but it turned in from a short to a full thing because of COVID. So it is something good, right? I love that. You want to find out more information on this incredible movie and where you could watch it? Check out A Time for Every Purpose Film.com. We're gonna have this link on our website, so don't worry about it. Gather the whole family around. This is something the whole family can watch, right?
There are a few swear words in
There's
it. So.
there's some language, but
Have you watched this show?
That is true. That is true.
We try not to do it too much. Guys, good seeing you, and congratulations on everything. We'd love to see how far this is going to go. We'll have more Flash coming up after this.